All right, hello collective. I got my incense and everything going, and I got my dragon sword. It seems to have power. It's not actual. It's a little fake sword, but I think it's cool. It has a lot of good energy to it. I'm gonna clear the energy. I'm gonna do an actual reading that's not with the dragon cards today, but I'm gonna keep my dragon sword out. I'm clearing the energy. All right. I have my sticky notes out and I put my papers together, collective. I even did sticky notes. I am reporting. I don't know what's going on with this. All right, hang on. Okay, that's better. I have a light in the back. There we go. I have an alliance here. It's a karmic. God gave me a. I got a download of a karmic for what karma's delivering today. And I'm reporting sins of, I'm just going to call it sins, stuff we shouldn't be doing. And this is about a karmic alliance that propagated lies, deceit, witchcraft, and jealousy. This is like, I don't know, this is like a horror movie in itself here. So I did put together a lot of cards. And I did do a drawing when I did my download. See the shark? I did this in 30 minutes. I've been drawing for like a couple of years. See how the ship's going this way and the sharks come in it? This is karma. Karma's coming over this way. Karma saying, no, you ain't getting away from me. That's what's going on. And it was intense, but that's what came in my dreamscape yesterday. All right. I just put like a lot of cards together because I'm doing a regular reading now. So let's get some readings. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do it. How's everybody doing? And I want to say that witchcraft, there is dark and light witchcraft. And witchcraft to me could be just anything. And I do want to enlighten on the subject of witchcraft. There's witchcraft that's good, that is for the light. Then there's some witchcraft that's not good, and it's for darker purposes. And everything is about intention. Intention, folks. You know, you go to church, you light a candle because you want to pray for somebody. It's a form. It's a form of witchcraft. It all is. But everything's in intentions. You're not supposed to summon demons. Do not summon demons. Don't summon them. It's a bad thing to do. These guys were summoning demons also, I was told. So, I want to say, there is some good practitioners that help people, that are healers. And if you want to label it as witchcraft or this or that, it's kind of on you, but to me, I guess I don't judge these things. So let's see where we're getting. We're going to start with lies, because there's just so much to this reading. There's so much. I'm making sure this is going. Yeah, it's going. Okay, the lies. 9 of Cups. All right. 9 of Cups. Contentment and satisfaction. You have achieved a sense of emotional, material satisfaction or being fulfilled. Okay. All right, what else are we doing with lies here? All right, and then we got, there we go, here we go. 7 of Swords in reverse. Imposter syndrome, self-deceit, keeping secrets, dangerous or risky behavior. Here we go. I'm going to do a row of tarot and then try to get where this happened and where the lie started. Then we're going to have to go with deceit, witchcraft, and jealousy. I don't know, maybe both of them will go together. This is such a detailed reading. And really, it's my first day of High Priestess. I graduated from college and everything, the College of Spirituality, I guess. And I'm trying to keep up like with other readers, and I noticed they do sticky notes, so this is what I'm trying to do. All right. Okay, we got Knight of Cups. And this is an individual, and it's up this way. This is the individual, inspiration, intuitive messages, psychic abilities, artistic and dreamy, and all rustic. All right. So there is a Knight of Cups in here somewhere. But there's the imposter syndrome. Oh my God. Okay, these want to go right on the floor. All right, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take these cards because maybe they wanted to be with this pile. So we're going to just take these as they are because I was trying to shuffle and they came right out. So, and I did. This is not my natural hair color. I wanted to look cool for you guys. All right, we got the Chariot in reverse. All right, and this is just overcoming obstacles they did not. We're just going to take these as is. The Lovers in reverse. So somebody got... They didn't get to move out of this situation. Like I said, Karmic hit them big time. Karmic hit them like a freight train truck. And it was crazy. Crazy. There's a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling, my friends. Alright. And then we got the Page of Wands. And this is just exploration, discovery. Embodying in a new discovering personal growth. Which, don't take that meaning so much. They were trying to do personal growth, what they thought was personal growth. And then we got the Ace of Wands in reverse. Which means they thought they had clarity and insight, but they did not. This is a clarity and insight card. I'm trying to get the energy on here. I know there's a man and a woman here. 5 of Wands. There's a lot of arguing. Oh my God. All I hear in my head is screaming and people just getting nasty. And because karma has served its justice today. And God himself, when I got this reading, I got the shark following the boat, which is they're trying to escape karma. Then the High Priestess. And this would be a false high priestess. And there's for hidden knowledge and secrets, they'll be revealed to you. And this is a false priestess, high priestess. This is not an actual high priestess. This is somebody imposed as one. And I do want to embark on not everybody in the divinity. There's a lot of false people. And sometimes they charge you a lot of money. This is somebody that makes money from it and lies to people. And then we got 6 of Swords. Alright, and then this one is moving away from a difficult situation. They done left the house. They said, oh my God, I gotta get the hell up out of here. And then we got the King of Pentacles. Alright, and the King of Pentacles is wealth and stability. And then financial stuff. So, alright. Alright. Tell me, Holy Jesus. Tell me, Divine. Tell me about this. Tell me about the situation. How did it start? Tell me, how did it start? Alright, how did it start? The devil. We got the devil card that comes out. We all know the devil. Temptation and materialism. Okay, this started with temptation, friends. This is here. Alright, who started the temptation? Who was involved? Tell me. Give me the information. Give me the info. The light, please, Divine. Give me the info on the devil. When the devil rears its head, that's it. It all goes downhill. It all goes downhill. Oh, yes. All right. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Overinvestment and work hustling. Lack of confidence, lack of focus. And misdirected activity. This card's giving me there was drug dealing. There was a lot of illegal stuff going on. They were selling bad things to people. All right, that's not good. Don't sell the drugs. Don't sell them. It's not good. You know, it's not that important to go to Bath and Body and Victoria's Secret. I make perfume. And honestly, I used to have so many live streams and stuff where I was making perfume and things. You can make your own perfume. You can actually get the essential oils and stuff. It's so easy to make your own perfume. Don't go broke going to Victoria's Secrets. Don't. All right, then we got Ace of Wands. And this was motivation for all this illegal moving. That's what I'm getting. It was the message. There was all kinds of, there was just to get dirty money. Dirty money. All right, and this is passion, possibility, energy, drive, and drive to kill people. All right. And then we got the moon in reverse. And this talks about revealing truth, clarity of vision, releasing, facing reality, confronting shadow stuff. This person was supposed to be healing from trauma, and this was from a divine feminine, and they sure didn't. All right, let's see what else is going on. I know there's a third party. Let me see where they'll come out here, how they're going to present themselves. Queen of Wands. This may be the divine feminine. Creativity, intuition. You are a natural leader who inspires others in vision creativity. That's the start of the dirty story. This was the good lady. Hey, I'm a story writer. In every story, there's a good person and a bad person. Usually the good person comes out before the villains. In every fairy tale, it's like that. And then we got Nine of Wands. All right, and this one is perseverance and resilience. You have been through a lot of challenges, but you are still standing and ready to face whatever comes your way. We're going to take this with the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is in the Nine of Wands. She's holding on to her wands and she's fighting. Because there's a lot of shitty stuff going on. A lot. Just a whole lot of stuff going on in this deck. Alright, we're going to take this one here. And then we got another Ace of Cups. And this is new beginnings in love and emotion. She's getting a new beginning in love. So what happened? The divine feminine had somebody and then she's stuck in this Nine of Wands and now she's getting new love. Everything, everybody's life's like a storybook. It really is. I do love writing stories. Pretty soon, I'm gonna be getting my book published soon here. When I do, I'm gonna put it on here if you guys are interested in reading it. But it's gonna take me a minute to get that together and published and find a publisher. But anyways, we got 4 swords here. After this Queen of Wands is fighting with her 9 of Wands and calling in new love. Then we got the 4 of Swords, rest and recovery. Alright, there wasn't much rest and recovery for this Divine Feminine. She just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. With all this going on, can't blame her. Oh no, you can't blame this woman. After we get the full story, I got like a ton of cards to find out what was going on. And then we got the King of Swords. This was probably, I want to say it was a divine masculine that turned karmic. Because I did get a download about that. And then this talk about lacking, listening, stubborn, rigid, flexible, abusing, selfish, deceiving, cheating, cold, cruel, tyrannical. No wonder she didn't get no damn sleep. All right. Let's go. Let's keep this story going. Let's keep it going, going, going. Okay, and then we got the Knight of Pentacles. And this talks about hard work, mastery, quality focus. He was a hard worker, hard at selling things on the side, read between the lines, illegal things, and working a job a lot. All right, then we got the Knight of Swords. All right. Ambition and determination. You're driven between your ambition and willing to take risks to achieve your goals. He had a lot of ambition and determination, but he lacked the will to achieve his goals. That could be a problem. I guess that was his core problem. Alright. Then we got the 10 of Cups. And this is the wish fulfillment. Gratitude, wish come true, abundance, enjoyment, harmony, balance, success. This is what was once. Don't know if it is now. Probably not with the download I got. Alright, then we got the 2 of Wands. And this talks about action plan, exploring intuition, possibilities, fulfillment. We're going to go with action plan. I think this Divine Feminine had to take an action plan to figure out what was going on. She had to probably take back her energy, from what I'm understanding here. Then we got the 5 of Wands again. And this talks about diversity, battle, opposition, disagreements, discords, egos, aggression, irritation, and frustration. So there was fighting. Energy was taken back. There was fighting. Alright. Why was she having to take back energy? 2 of Swords. I can't even make this up. Alright, we got indecision and stalemate. You are feeling stuck between 2 choices and need to gather more information for making a decision. Must be where this deceit comes in. There's always deceit. Deceit. Then we got the King of Wands. So there's a lot of people fighting. There's somebody here with a visionary and an entrepreneur. And then this honor, energy, passion, inspired action, initiative, ambition, drive. Somewhere in this mess, there was a King of Wands that was somewhat noble, but probably misguided, as I am told by God. And then the 2 of Pentacles. And this talks about balance and adaptability. You are juggling multiple priorities and responsibilities with ease. Alright, this divine masculine's juggling all this, but maybe he forgot that people had feelings. Is what I'm picking up. Alright, let's see what we got. Seven of Pentacles. Reverse. In patience and growth, you've been working hard towards a long-term goal, and now you're taking a step back. Alright. He doesn't have patience or growth, but he's been working hard towards a long-term goal. Probably, I'm taking from this card, blowing all the money. So he's probably gonna lie. I don't know what the lie is here. Got to get the whole story before you get the oracle cards, and I got a lot of situational stuff going on. I got a lot of those cards. All right, then we got the Fool. A fresh start, new beginnings, taking risks. All right, he was being the fool in here, taking risks. Probably what got this divine feminine with her two swords up. I want to. This is a man and woman. I just got the download. It's not anybody, and if this doesn't, I mean, if you want to listen to the story of lies, deceit, witchcraft, and jealousy, please. It's juicy gossip, and it kind of teaches you how to be a good person. So please listen. All right, then we got Seven of Pentacles, and this talks about patience, reward, investment, hard work, harvest. Okay, he was saving his money, but are you sure where did the money go? Some of it being dirty and everything else. Dirty money. Alright. Then we got Eight of Wands. This talks about positive change, new opportunities, and action. That's not, well, with his dirty money, there was a new opportunity. Okay. All right, tell me, Divine, what's going on? Okay, someone went a hermit going. Someone did the hermit. I'm taking it this would be the divine feminine. Going within and seeking solitude and introspection, you may need to retreat from the world to find inner peace and guidance. With this card, I take it as she got confused. Confusion leads to hermit mode because you're going to try to find out the whole story. To find out the whole story, you need to have quiet and clarity. Let me shuffle these a little and find out why she had to get quiet and clarity. Let's find out. Let's find out, collective. Alright, Six of Cups. Alright, and this just talks about spiritual fulfillment, nostalgia, focusing on the past, reunion, harmony, goodwill, and cooperation. This is what she was trying to focus on in this hermit mode. Makes sense. Somebody that's on the side of good would do that. And then we got the Four of Cups in reverse after that. And this talks about discontentment and apathy. Feeling unfulfilled or bored. And then with your current situation and are in need of a change. Alright. And it says, I open myself up to new opportunities. Alright, I'm told to keep this upright by my spirit guides. And I will do so because that's what they're telling me to do. Alright, then we got strength in reverse. And strength is it. Taming your inner beast and mastering your emotions. There was no mastering emotions with this guy. He was all over the place. And when I mean all over the place, read between the lines. It was all over the place for this guy. A lot of deceit. Alright, and then Seven of Swords. And this talks about deception and trickery. You or someone else may be engaging in deceptive behavior or hiding their true intentions. Alright, you got the Divine Feminine going to Hermit mode, and now the Seven of Swords. I feel this, I was told in my download this was a deceptive nature. This breakup was not very nice. It was kind of nasty in its core. And there was cheating, so obviously nobody was aware. When cheating is involved, it's nice for someone to be aware so they can there. Alright, then we have Hermit alone. And we got Hermit again. And this talks about soul searching. And it could be being alone, inner guidance. And I'm taking soul searching. He sure searched his soul to somebody else, another female. I mean, you want to call her karmic or whatever. I just call her misguided and terrible. Alright, then we have the Five of Swords. Alright. Alright, and then we have this. This Five of Swords, I'm told to. There's a bunch of stuff here. Reconciliation, making amends. I'm saying resolution and understanding. Because you already got one person that put themselves own selves in hermit mode, and she's coming to an understanding. The lady that's being cheated on. And then we got Temperance right here. She shows her face, Temperance. And this lady, Temperance is balance, moderation, patience. It has to deal with soulmates, economy management, and accommodation. This has to do with the balance of a soulmate. When you're in these soul agreements and all that, you got to be careful how you do things. If you want to break up with someone, do it in a certain way. Just don't go in cheating mode. Cheating mode's not good. Alright, then we got Five of Cups. And this talks about you may be grieving a recent loss or feeling let down by someone you trusted. Focus on healing and self-care. Alright, we're going to go with grieving a recent loss. There was a death involved in here also, my friends. There was the Divine Feminine was grieving a loss. There was a death when all this happened, and I think this is why this got so blown up out of proportion, and because they were favored by God. Anybody that's favored by God gets karma quicker, and it hits them twice as hard, depending on what was done. Then we got Two of Pentacles in reverse. And this talks about imbalance, disorganization, overcommitment, lack of planning, dissatisfaction, forced gaiety. This did everything. So let's see if how this other stuff plays out. And then we got the Queen of Wands. Okay, here's our third party, Queen of Wands. Introverted, reestablished sense of self, passion project, haste, scattered energy, delays, frustration, and doubt. This is the seed she planted. And you already got the Divine Feminine hermit mode. Alright. This is the story to unfold. Then we got the Nine of Wands in reverse. And this talks about exhaustion, giving up, overwhelm, conflict, avoidance, tension release, meditation, communication, egotism. I want to say he gave up. Gave up and just, I don't know if he left or what, but he gave up. And you got somebody grieving over there. Yeah, maybe, and then grieving the loss of this person too, which is not good to do. Leave the right way if you're going to leave friends. It's not good to leave in a shitty way. And then we got the Six of Pentacles, generosity and charity. You're in a position to give back to others and share your abundance with those in need. Okay, he's been saving all this money and he left. So who's he giving his abundance to? Who is he? Who? We got an owl going here. Who you giving your abundance to? Alright. Four of Pentacles. And there's frustration, materialism, self-protection, penny pinching, lack of openness, keeping to yourself. He's watching his money. He's in his ego. He saved all this little bit of money. He don't want to give it up. He don't want to help out. Alright, and then the Ten of Pentacles comes, and this legacy and inheritance. I can't make this up. So an inheritance pops up, and there was a death. It said right there, somebody died. So there's an inheritance coming. And I don't think it's to this man. I think it's more towards the divine feminine part, because he done left and everything. We're not done with this story, and then I'll get more cards to get. I got more oracle cards to tell these situations. Then we got the Emperor again. There's another Emperor, and it's just power, recognition, ambition, rationality, new opportunities. We're going to go with new opportunities. I want to say the new opportunities was another woman. Let's see when she pops up in the tarot. Alright, we got the Magician. Alright, the Magician card could be a funny card. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Ability, concentration, alignment of spiritual and material realms. Extroverted. He got some abilities, this divine masculine, but ain't using it for good. Ain't using it for good. Ain't using it for good. Then the Four of Wands here in reverse. And this is about celebration of harmony. So there was no celebration of harmony here. He was mad. Mad at the world. Mad. Alright, let's see what else we got. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Alright, we got bad luck, resistant to change, breaking cycles, lack of control, stagnation, and delay. Yeah, there's a lot of bad luck that happened after this death. When somebody dies, even if you don't like somebody, stick around, because you should. If someone is dying, if you want to be with them or not, you got to be there to comfort them, because it's not good to leave somebody by themselves while they're grieving. Don't do it. It'll give you bad karma. Then we got Seven of Wands in reverse here. Defensiveness and resilience. You are facing challenges and obstacles, but you are determined to stand your ground, defend your position. Alright, well, there's a lot of bad luck, and Seven of Wands appeared. Oh boy. They're fighting for their life over there. Then Nine of Swords. I knew it was coming. Alright, Nine of Swords. Anxiety and worry. You may be experiencing intense anxiety and worry, possibly related to a post-traumatic or unresolved issue. Let's find out what issue it is. Sometimes you need a whole bunch of cards to find out the story. This is like a book unfolding. And then we got the Fool in reverse. Right here by Nine of Wands. Hope or faith, holding back. Fear, anxiety, or doubt. Missed opportunities, blocked potential. Why was his potential blocked? This is why you don't mess with God, folks. Don't mess with him. Don't. He always gonna win. Oh boy, we got the Star. So this would be that queen up there. The good queen, not the bad queen. Hope, inspiration, creativity, calm, contentment, renewal, serenity, spirituality, healing, positivity. Alright, this is who he effed over. And she grieving. Alright. King of Cups in reverse. I can't even make this up. It says too sensitive, lack of maturity, gullible, controlling, violable, moody, selfish, unbalanced. I guess that would put anybody protecting their own energy and taking it back. And then we got Queen of Cups. Alright. And this is emotional intelligence and empathy. You have a deep understanding of your own emotions. I was told to put this in reverse. It was supposed to be in reverse, so I will. So this is who all the money went to. The Queen of Cups in reverse. Sometimes, the cards go the wrong way. That's why you got spirit guides and the divine. The divine. And we got Knight of Swords. And this talks about proactive, knowledgeable, logical, clean, masterful, driven, action-oriented, forward thinking. Alright, he's over here by the other queen. What happened to that queen, Divine? Please tell us. Please tell us, Divine. What about the queen that's grieving over here? What about her? Tell us. Tell us, Divine. Give us the tea. Six of Pentacles in reverse. Clock change, possessiveness, failure, loss, frustration, isolation, stagnation, imbalance. It caused an imbalance. This queen that he literally hopped to. He went from one to another. Look at that. Can't go hopping. You break up with somebody, give it at least a day or two. I mean, come on now. And let the person know. And be real sure that you don't want that person back, because some people aren't going to come back to you after you done been with someone else. You never know what disease you got. Then we got Seven of Cups after this. And this is fantasy and illusion. You are being called to distinguish between reality and illusion and focus on what truly matters. At this point in time, he was called upon the divine for what matters. I don't know. I don't know when the sleeping around happened, if it was before or after this point, but at some point the divine asked him to have some kind of clarity and step back, but did he? In my download, he did not. And then we got the Lovers. So, yeah, this clarifies they're a couple now. Love, relationship, values, alignment, choices. He chose someone else. Alright. That's not good for the other lady. Not good at all. Not good at all. Alright, then we got the Five of Pentacles. This is what the first queen is experiencing. Hardship, rejection, isolation, worry, adversary, struggle, bad luck, illness, divorce, scandal, disgrace. Shame, shame, shame. This is why your tower hits you so hard, my friend. This is why it hits you so hard. Shame. No one should have to go through that. Grieving a parent, especially. Whew. Alright, and then we go what? Justice in reverse when this whole cycle starts. Unfairness, dishonesty, lack of accountability, bias, legal indecision, complications, imbalance. He created an imbalance, and then they wonder why they had bad karma. Let's keep going. Alright. Okay, this card keeps coming up, so we'll take it. Five of Cups in reverse. Accepting help, emotional baggage, overwhelming despair. We'll go with those two because I feel that's what was going on when all this started. And I don't blame somebody for doing it. They were already going through a difficult situation it was, and you just kind of added to the pot. It's not good to add to the pot. Then we got Eight of Pentacles, and this talks about mastery and skill building. You're dedicating yourself to honoring your craft. He just threw himself into work. Well, maybe he should thought about all the people he hurt before he just went to work. I guess you need a lot of money to get when you got a new woman. Then we got Eight of Cups, and this talks about disillusion and departure. You're leaving behind something that no longer serves you in order to pursue. He's leaving something behind, which would be his life before that. You don't even know the new person yet. I mean, I'm sure they were friends, probably slept together beforehand. I would hope so if he's doing all that, but we'll see. I would think doing all this. And then we got another Emperor that's involved in this situation. Taking charge of your life and establishing order and stability. You have the power and authority to make things happen. Alright, they got, I know that's not him. There's a lot of people in this situation. Somebody's an emperor in this whole crazy situation that's going on. All this fighting. Then we got a Knight of Pentacles. And this talks about hard work, productivity, routine, patience. I'm told to put this in reverse also. My ancestors are telling me, and God told me to put it in reverse. So we're going to go with disloyalty on here. And he's kind of showing up as an emperor, this other man. Because he thinks he's in charge. He's the big man on campus. So I was told to put that in reverse. Then we got the Four of Swords. In reverse, they said this one's good. And this is exhaustion, burnout, deep contentment, stagnation, isolation, loneliness, withdrawal, and depression. He's missing something from home. I don't know. I don't think it's that queen. I think it's maybe pets or something. But I don't think it's that queen yet. He just got that girl and he's excited. He just being a man whore now. And then we got Three of Pentacles. Alright, and this is collaboration, teamwork. You're working with others to achieve a common goal. Alright, well they're cooking something up, him and this false queen. What are they cooking up? What are they cooking up to get all this karma? I mean, this has been an ongoing karma thing. And it just hit. Okay, they're cooking up a Three of Swords is what they're doing. Three of Swords is heartbreak, hurt, betrayal, depression, tears, conflict, disillusion, and trauma. They're cooking up a whole lot of trauma. Whole lot of trauma. So, but yeah, all these little spells and stuff when you go to people, they send out energy. And it's not good to send out bad energy to people. It's just not good. Just don't do it. It's bad. It's not good. And then we got Judgment. And this talks about awakening and rebirth. You are called to rise above your past mistakes and start anew. We're going to keep that like this. So, he got Judgment. He was supposed to look upon his mistakes and try to fix them. You know, he probably had one girl crying and the other one saying, putting egg in her face. You know, one at home putting egg on face on the other, talking crap, from what I was told. All right, then we got the Knight of Cups. All right, and this is someone else who's running this romance and idealism. You are a hopeless romantic. All right, this is what he thought he had with the new queen. He thinks he's a hopeless romantic, and he's going on with this charade and not even fixing what he left. And it's fine if he fell in love with someone else, but he could have at least checked in and did things. And the other have been a decent person. Decent, you got to be a decent human being. A human being. Then we got Seven of Cups. Talks about opportunities, choices, illusion, fantasy, temptation, indulgence, overwhelm, confusion, and deception. We're gonna take that for everything for his new relationship. All of those characteristics kind of go along with the new relationship. Let's see. Tell me, Divine, what happens after this? Tell me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's do it. And then we got the Empress again. This talks about abundance, fertility, motherhood, pregnancy, sensuality, creativity. All right, somebody had a pregnancy at some point or pregnancy scare or something. There's something about a pregnancy here. And he went because he thought there was abundance also. More abundance than where he was at in luxury items. That's where he was at. And there's something about a pregnancy involved in here also. Alright, then we got Two of Swords again. And this talks about an impasse, avoidance, opposition, facing your fears, being torn between two relationships. I want to say this is the first queen. She's being torn between the past and the future. That's the only thing she could be torn upon because she was the one that was left alone with nobody. And we got Seven of Wands. And this is challenge, competition, protection, perseverance, confidence, and conviction. He went through this with all of those, but couldn't give the other one a little kind bit of decency. And this is why he's not in the favor of the divine. Alright, we're going to take this one. They told me to take it. The Hangman. And this talks about resistance, indecision, delays, dishonesties, injustice, and balance. A martyr. He plays the victim. I want to say narcissist for this guy. I really want to say narcissist, but you know what? I say everyone's a narcissist, so I'm going to hold back on narcissist right now. I like to think everyone's a narcissist. Alright. Alright, this one here in the Ace of Cups, emotional fulfillment, abundance, joy, celebration, inspiration, intuition, and divine love. We're going to keep that upright because the second half of the story has not happened, friends. No, that's what he thinks he has. He's enjoying just pouring into a false queen and running his mouth and starting battles, and you have the first queen and the Two of Swords twice. So she's had to pull back her energy twice, and the only reason a person would pull back their energy is if someone's pulling at it would be for witchcraft and things like this. Then we got the Page of Pentacles, and this talks about manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, learning, diligence, and practical. We're going to leave this here because this is the start of the story. Everything doesn't stay good forever, folks. Oh no. Alright, then we got the Chariot. He moved forward with the new queen. And he had success, action, determination, leadership, motivation, movement, and willpower. He was excited about this. He did this with enthusiasm and free will. Beware. And then we have Nine of Cups. And then now the plot thickens. Overindulgence, drunkenness, partying, materialism, dissatisfaction, greed, self-expression, and alone time. The fighting started. He was getting drunk and partying. Probably having a lot of fornication too. I mean, what do you do when you're in the honeymoon stage? A lot of sex, a lot of sex. Then we got the Hangman again, which we know. Surrendering and letting go of control. You may need to look at things from a different perspective. That would be the actual meaning, but did he know? He just let go and said, let go, let God, whatever, and went on with the new queen and was in his ego. That's what happened there. Oh, God. And then the Eight of Swords. Oh, yes. I can't make this up. I'm just grabbing this shit. Then we got limitation and restriction. You may feel trapped by self-imposed limitations by external circumstance. All right. The false queen turns her, it shows her real self. She feels limited and restricted and trapped. And he the Hangman. You know, that's what you get when you move too quick. That even rhymes. It even rhymes. It even rhymes. Oh, yes. It rhymes all over the place. Alright, we got Four of Wands. Satisfaction, milestone, goal, reunion. Alright. Backwards, this would be personal celebration. We're going to go with conflict with others and disagreements and arguments. And this happened with the new queen. He probably, I don't know, I don't see him arguing with anybody but her, but putting on a fake smile. Fake smile's good. And then we got the Queen of Swords coming. Alright. Wisdom and clarity. You possess a sharp mind and a clear understanding of the world and are able to make objective decisions based on reason and logic. The one queen got healed. The Queen of Cups got healed and she turned into the Queen of Swords. She's making logical decisions. She protected herself. She said, if no one else is, I am. So she had to become the Queen of Swords. Sometimes you have to. And then we got the Three of Pentacles in reverse. Disharmony, misalignment, working alone, lack of cooperation, loss, failure, criticism, stagnation. She heals, he gets stagnation and disharmony. This is where the karma hits. It hits hard. Alright, let's see what else comes up, my folks. My lovely collective. Knight of Wands. And this talks about action and venture. You're doing... Alright, you're daring and passionate. Alright, we're gonna... There's no action here or no adventure. All work. All work and no play make you not happy. Gotta have your happiness here. Then we got the King of Swords. Alright, and this is authority and truth. You're a natural leader who values honesty. Another person came, probably to check this man to find out what he was doing. So the lies start turning into lies when the King of Swords appears. And he says, what is going on? And someone had to say something. Alright, all this, I came in line. Now the Ten of Swords appears. After this King of Swords who says he wants honesty, the Ten of Swords come out. It's a lot of swords. You may be experiencing a painful ending or loss, but this marks the beginning of a new cycle of growth and transformation. He's being called on his lies and his BS. That's what's going on. That's what's going on, folks. Alright, let's keep it moving with this happy. Well, not happy. This interesting story. All right. Then we got the Two of Cups. He's reflecting on the Two of Cups. And this talks about harmony and connection. You are forming a deep and meaningful connection. Alright. He's reflecting on harmony and connection. Not with that queen, the other queen. Because he done lied. After the King of Swords appears, the King of Swords is authority figure. He says, "What is up, brother?" That's what he says. Then we got the Two Wands in reverse. And this was planning and preparation. And reverse would be no planning and preparation. He did not plan for all that. He did not plan for the King of Swords. He was like, OMG, what happened to my life? Alright, then we got strength. But this is in reverse, so strength is strength, courage, persuasion, influence. This one in reverse too. King of Swords appears. He's authority figure. His days of controlling that narrative went bye-bye. Alright, then we got Eight of Cups. And this talks about abandonment, leaving, travel, and escapism. And this is what he did. He just said, you know what, I gotta go. Gotta go. He's abandoning, leaving. So, and it's crazy, he's seeking truth after he caused everything that was untruthful. Alright. Alright, then we got Four of Cups. Stagnation and remorse. Put that up here. Wow. This is what we got in the world. And then I'll get the oracle cards when we get this full story. And then the Hierophant. Oh my god, there's so many people of power showing up to get this truth out. Seeking guidance and wisdom from a higher power authority figure. You may be called to follow tradition or establish rules. There's a Hierophant that appears. First the King of Swords, now the Hierophant. It's the beginning of the demise. When the Hierophant and King of Swords appears, they're going to get down to what happened. Because they're probably helping him out, I'm taking. And then Justice, can't make this up. Justice, seeking balance and fairness in all things. You may be called to make a decision that requires you to weigh the pros and cons carefully. He went to spiritual court on this one. There was just a whole lot going on with leaving somebody, with grieving a parent that's grieving a death and everything else. You can't do that. Oh no. You know? Can't do that. You never leave. I remember my first child's father. Me and him did break up, yes, but I remember my mom passed away and he did not, we weren't going to stay together, but he did nothing around my mother's death. Nothing. He actually waited to after the funeral and a bunch of stuff, and he did not go with the new girl until I had time to process my mother's death. And then him and Kim got together and they're married now, and I do accept her. Kim's not bad. At first I didn't like her, but they're married and they got some houses together and stuff, so things sometimes work out. But these are the things. He would never have left me. He would never have left me through my mother's death. You don't leave somebody when they're grieving through a death. Then we got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And we got work-home conflict. We're going to go with that one. Stubbornness and waste. She's just sitting at home, doing nothing, not cleaning, not trying to make some extra money, nothing. You did all that work to leave her just to get that. Then we got the Three of Wands. This talks about disappointment. Well, this is in reverse. Disappointment and toil, fear of the unknown, lack of planning, no action, procrastination, obstacles. Yeah, if you got a Hierophant and King of Wands coming in, you're not going to have no plans. They're going to want to know what the hell your plans are. Oh, then the devil makes an appearance. Shadow self, addiction, restrictions, sexuality, rage, and violence, force, and vehemence. Now the yelling even gets more. And all the sexual things start. So, inappropriate sexual things that aren't supposed to happen. They've made their ugly way. And then the star in reverse, which means the star we seen was the first one, the divine feminine. And all right, let me cover up the naked body here. But yeah, there's a star, and this is just hope, inspiration, and renewal. This was in reverse. That don't surprise me when the devil appears. Why would he care about star energy? The devil says, get that positive energy out of my way. I want to be a hole. And then the world, and this is seeking personal closure, shortcuts, incomplete dissatisfaction, fixity, and stagnation happens. He can't even get out of the situation. Too many people calling him out on stuff. And then Wheel of Fortune. Cycle of change and transformation. You are entering a period of growth and evolution. Wheel of Fortune starts. That's karma. Karma's coming for you, buddy. Oh, yes, karma hit its ugly head. And the tower. I can't even make this up. After the Wheel of Fortune, the tower appears. And this is appeal, destruction, revelation, awakening, misery, distress, ruin, adversary, and deception. Alright. And then we got Page of Wands in reverse. Impatient, unfocused, reckless, irresponsible, delayed, blocked, frustrated, discouraged, and bored. I don't know how he's bored. He got his new woman and everything else going on. And he's always at work. How can anybody be bored? If anything, he has to figure out how he's keeping up with all of his lies. And then we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Lost opportunity, lack of planning and foresight, squandering resources, greed, and dissatisfaction. And I believe that this one, I'm being told by the divine, is both him and the new queen. So, him and the new queen are doing all that activity. All of that. Then we got Temperance again. She puts her head in here. Finding balance and harmony in all areas of your life. And balance. Temperance is going to find a balance in this damn situation. It's going to have to. What are you going to do? It is what it is. Alright, let's see what else this story goes to unfold. Six of Cups in reverse. Nostalgia and memories. He lost all his, and then revisiting happy memories. And a sense of nostalgia. That went away. He's realizing with Temperance at Six of Cups, everything he lost. And he's getting kind of scared at this moment. And then we got Ace of Wands, inspiration and new opportunities. And this one's reversed, so no inspiration, no new opportunities. You give what you get with the universe. That's it. That's it. And then we got Death in reverse. Resistance to change, fear of endings, clinging to the past, delay, indecision, unfinished business. Now he wants to deal with the unfinished business. After everybody been healed. And then we got the Page of Pentacles. This talks about exploration and learning. Alright. Reverse. He didn't learn nothing yet. He's still going. He almost turns like a narcissist in a lot of ways. Alright, and then King of Pentacles in reverse. Obsessed with wealth and status, stubborn, rigid, conservative, materialistic, greedy, domineering. This is what he turns into. This once divine masculine that was, well, I mean, I'm sure at some point he was egotistical, but not like that. That's just shows when he gets that inflated ego. Then we got Knight of Wands in reverse. Delays, frustration, change, transformation, disagreement, doubt, hasty, impatient, and reckless. You're getting reckless with everybody. Not good to get reckless with everybody. Nobody needs that. And then we got the High Priestess. All right. The false high priestess. Repression of intuition, blocked psychic powers, fertility issues, missed or wasted time, opportunities. This must be from all that spell work. I did pick up spell work a lot in this, in my download, a lot. And she comes on like a damn shark. That's her. That's the boat. Karma's already there. The karma's the boat. And she's the shark. That's how it came upon me when I came down. But yeah, maybe there was a miscarriage or a false baby or something. I don't know. But she's coming across. That's the one that comes across that says she's a high priestess, but she's trying to siphon energy and send bad energy and all kinds of shit. Crazy, crazy world going on. And then Queen of Pentacles. And this is nurturing and abundance. A natural caregiver. And this came out here. This is upside down. So she's a Queen of Wands that is not a natural caregiver. She's doing too much. I mean, that's just the best I could say. She's doing too much. And then we got a King of Cups here in the reverse. And this just represents how emotions are changing and how the energy keeps fluctuating. So, and this talks about emotional balance and control. This is in reverse. There's no emotional balance and control. She's raging. She's arguing. She's doing all kinds of things to sabotage her own damn relationship. Yeah, that's a lot. And then we got a Page of Cups here. In reverse, childish, addicted to fantasy, someone that likes to run, escape for things, self-deception, gives a lot of false news, emotional instability, and going in depression. Playing the victim. You're supposed to be taking accountability. None of that. Alright, then we got Ace of Swords in reverse. Inner clarity, rethinking an idea, clouded judgment, confusion, chaos, delay, obstacles, and frustration. I want to say at this point of the game that maybe he was finding out either it was miscarriage or possibly there's something with the baby going on. There's something with the pregnancy. He's kind of up in the air about this pregnancy, about lies, deceit, and just a lot of different things. Alright. And then we got the Eight of Wands. And this is swift action and progress and moving forward, but this is in reverse. There's swift action, but nothing's going forward. I think it has a lot to do with the pregnancy and financial, from what I'm being told from the divine. This is for somebody that needs to hear it. So, and then here's another Ten of Swords. It's coming up in the story. Deep wounds, betrayal, finality, release, closure, acceptance, letting go, moving on, renewal. This is somebody getting dumped. Hopefully not while she's pregnant. Maybe he found out the baby's not his, or thinks not the baby's his, or there's just some miscarriages from the drugs. I don't know. Who knows at this point? This was a crazy picture and a crazy download. And I knew this was going to be a long reading. And then we got the Four of Pentacles. Alright, this talks about possessiveness and control. You may be holding on to something too tightly. He's holding on to his money and a narrative. And he's upset. He's very ego-driven. One might say narcissistic, or I would say narcissistic, but I don't know for sure. I'm not a doctor, and I don't play one in real life. I didn't go, what's that one hotel? Oh, I didn't visit over the Holiday Inn. I don't know, I'm just making a joke. And then we got the Three of Cups. Drunkenness, partying, fickleness, distraction, isolation, self-care, alone time, and personal growth. Well, after finding out about whatever's going on with this pregnancy and all this betrayals, and that's 2 betrayals. Both queens had got their swords. That one got 10 of Swords. I guess you would go in alone time. There'd be a whole lot, and probably be drinking. I don't know about partying, but drinking definitely. I don't know. Maybe he partied with somebody after all that. Who knows? Who knows? Alright. Then we got the Hierophant in reverse. And this talks about personal beliefs, challenging the status quo, weakness, understanding, and overkindness. Playing the victim. He is playing the victim, folks. Oh, yes, he is. And then 3 of Wands. And this is progress and expansion. Your hard work is paying off. Alright. But obviously this one's in reverse too, folks. And there's progress, but not expansion. His ass is stuck. Stuck like a duck. That's how that's going today. Alright, then we got 8 of Swords. This talks about imprisonment, victim mentality, negative thoughts, self-imposed limitation, lack of clarity, and anxiety. This is for both that third party, well, the second queen that betrayed the first queen, or whatever, and the I don't know, karmic. We're just gonna name it karmic divine masculine and the karmic divine feminine. Both of them got 8 of Swords also. There was a lot of swords, lots of swords. This is what happens when karma reigns its ugly head. Then we got Page of Swords, all talk, no action, haphazard action, haste, self-pity, victim mentality, denial, avoidance. This is what he's doing because he knows everyone's going to yell at him. This is quite a story here. I hope this baby's okay. Alright, then we got the Sun in reverse, lack of enthusiasm, pessimism, ego, self-doubt, inner child, gloominess, hopelessness, despair, despondency. Alright. That's how that's going. Alright, then we got the 10 of Pentacles in reverse for them. The darker side of wealth, family conflict or estrangement, lack of legacy or inheritance, instability. He lost out. They lost some money, and the dark side of wealth would be karma taking away what he loved the most, money. Honestly, out of all this, I think it's the money he missed the most. He missed out on the money and he's angry as hell. And then the Queen of Cups in depression. Probably the one that was either having fertility issues or false pregnancy. It was one or the other. Depression, sulky, self-centered, bitter, vengeful, disorganized, manipulative, restricted, and smothering. She ain't letting his ass go. I feel they live together in the same house, so. And she could do that. And the Magician in reverse. And this talks about manifesting desires through focus, intention, and action. He ain't manifesting. He trying to manifest, but he can't. All the damn spell work and stuff they've been doing. Going to Heebie-Chibi and getting all kinds of crazy readers and trying to get spell work for information on people. Then we got the Empress here. And this talks about nurturing, caring, and creating abundance. You're surrounded by beauty and love. Here's the first one. She's healed. Yay, Empress. I'm happy for you being healed after all this. Being an Empress, you would have to be an Empress to heal from all that. Then we got a Page of Swords. Curiosity and intellectual growth. You are exploring new ideas and expanding your knowledge and understanding of the world. But this is reverse. So, there's no intellectual growth. He's just sitting stagnant and playing victim. That's what's going on there. Going on. Then we got the Ten of Wands in reverse. And this talks about reducing stress, release problem solving, improving lifestyle balance. And this is everything he's hoping to get. I'm not sure if he's on. Maybe, this is what she's getting. Sorry. That's what the first queen's getting that went through all this that everybody forgot about. That never was in the picture. It was just gone. So she's getting balance, rejuvenation, and freedom. Yay, she's free. And the world. The new queen's getting the world. Completion and fulfillment. You have reached a major milestone and are ready to move on to the next phase of your journey. Yay! First queen. She's doing good. And then 10 of Cups. Oh my God, she's getting all kinds of stuff. Karma's being good to her. Happiness and harmony. You are surrounded by love, joy, and emotional fulfillment, and your family and community are supportive. Boy, that first queen that was left, she doing pretty good. Oh, the sun appears again, upright this time. Joy and positivity and vitality. You are experiencing a time of happiness and abundance, so enjoy the moment. She's enjoying her alone time. Sometimes being alone, you really get to know yourself and God itself. Oh, she got 9 of Swords upside down, which is good for her. Releasing worry, inner turmoil, deep-seated fears, secrets, clarity, understanding, courage, and resolution. She pulled all of her swords out of her back. She doing better. She doing better. Oh, the Tower's in reverse for her. The tower's not there. I mean, it's not for her. Every tower's not bad, folks. Some towers are, everybody gets a tower, but some are in reverse, some are upright. If they're upright, you're getting the bad part of the tower. If they're like this, it's lifting you up out of the tower. And it's just sudden upheaval and chaos. She being lifted up out of chaos. Thank God. God save the queen. God save the queen. And we got Ace of Pentacles. Manifestation and material abundance. You are on the cusp of a new adventure opportunity. She doing so good. She getting abundance now. Page of Cups. Curiosity, intuition. You are tapping into your intuition, creativity, express your emotions, and connect with others. Look at her. She's starting projects in here. Boy. Okay, here's the other people. Five of Pentacles. Hardship and poverty. You may be experiencing financial, emotional hardship or feeling left out in the cold. Alright, there's him and his false queen. And she chasing after him. Come on. She's saying, don't forget about me. I had your baby. I think I have your baby. I'm not sure if it's yours. Maybe. That's what's happening. And then we got the Nine of Pentacles. This is self-sufficiency and luxury. You have achieved a level of financial stability that allows you to enjoy the finer things in life and pursue your passions. That's for the other queen. That's for the other Queen of Cups. And then Death. Oh, God. Oh, no, this is actually the good one. Endings and new beginnings are being called out to which no longer serves you and make a way for growth and transformation. She getting money and she being called to get rid of what does not serve her higher purpose. Alright, and then we got more swords. Three of Swords. Three of Swords goes. More swords. So, double swords on these guys here because of all the lies that was accumulated. That's all this damn witchcraft. It's all the witchcraft. You get sword after sword when you do enough witchcraft. Return to sender. Return to sender. If you send people good energy, I mean, that's good. You're sending them good energy. You send them bad, it's bad. And then judgment. Awakening, judgment, outcome, accountability. After that tower, more swords got done and outcome. Then we got Six of Swords. Progress, moving on, moving forward, calm after the storm, overcoming hardship. This is the first queen. Six of Wands. Praise, joy, satisfaction, fans, milestone, goal, homecoming, pride, enjoyment, and fame. That's the first queen. And then, oh God, here's the second one. Queen of Swords. And then we got, that's his false queen that he loved. Cold-hearted, gossiping, harsh, manipulative, unforgiving, scatterbrained, stubborn, vindictive. Wow, child, I don't know. That's a lot. Alright, well, we get the point in here, so I'm going to... That was quite a reading. Quite a reading. Collective, whoever this is for, wow. Take care of the baby if there's a baby. And if you guys are in this kind of situation, please, I guess, leave your baby with a family member or something. If you're out in the cold or something, or I don't know, seek counseling. I just don't like when children are involved in bad situations. I don't like it. I mean, I would hope that the family would step in if there was a baby. That's just my concern. There is somebody in this collective where this happened, in this fighting. It could be where it's to come in the past, present, and future. You come back on this reading, it could be there, because I listen to readings all day to get ideas to, like, I wrote sticky notes on things. I just wanted to do this with all these cards, but I'm probably going to pull some other cards. I just wanted to do with all Arcanias. Sometimes it's easier for me to get the grasp of the story with Arcania cards. I just find them just to do a different technique. But wow. I know everybody always pulls oracle cards, but sometimes I like to do things the old-fashioned way and change it up. But yeah, if this is you or you come across this reading and you are on the bad side of this, I'm hoping that somehow you get through your karma and take care of this baby. I don't want to be overly negative because, you know, it just says in the Bible, don't judge if you don't want to be judged. So take care of your baby, please. Everything is okay in divine timing. Just learn your lesson. It's only energy. Everybody moves on. You know, just because one situation was messed up doesn't mean it's not going to balance out, and people all find different paths in life, and things are meant to happen for a purpose. I would like to reiterate, everything happens for a purpose. Even betrayal is meant to happen for a purpose. And this was the inspiration on this download, the shark and the boat. And I do this, and I do have about 400 streams where before I literally had my ascension and stuff like that and my spiritual awakening, I was drawing for about 2 years. So I do throw these together, and I do have proof that I can actually draw. Just look in my playlist. I have 400 of them. 400 playlists. This is something I enjoy. I do yarn work. I do a lot of stuff. So, thank you. And if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Or just like if you already subscribed, because I would appreciate it. And I appreciate all you guys. You guys are wonderful. I love y'all to the moon and back. And I'm going to try to come back and do a live. I'm going to take a break because I need to rest my throat chakras after that reading. It was an intense story. I don't know. I think I would have to seek therapy after all that. I hope everyone's all right in that situation. But I'm going to stop this, load it up on YouTube, and then probably later just do a live and talk to more people. When you talk to people all day, you got to rest your throat. And I will see you guys later, and you guys have a